Hello, and thank you for pressing play. Welcome to A Beer with Bear or Any Other Beverage. This is episode 63, and our guest for this week, we have the Deranged. George and Frank are not with me at the moment. I'm recording this intro alone. They are currently keeping their distance from me because I'm still getting over a really bad case of strep throat, which not only delayed this episode, but also kind of ruined my Halloween. Be sure to save me some candy out there, because I didn't get any. Anyhow, so the Deranged. Jake on guitar, Max on bass, and Clarinda on drums. And I must admit, I still have a sense of dread whenever I say her name, because as you hear throughout this episode, I kinda had some trouble pronouncing it. I can still feel her evil stare. This was a fun group with a lot of energy. We talked about the new track, We're Deranged, which is available on Spotify, how the band formed, their recent shows in Mexico and Colombia, bad Halloween costumes, and strip club buffets. That's right, lap dances and boneless wings. As I mentioned earlier, the Deranged are an excited and energetic group that really made me feel my age, both during and after the episode, because we were hanging out, you know. Great group, and I really look forward to watching them grow as a band. Beer with Bear is available where podcasts are heard, iTunes, Stitcher, Podcast Republic, to name a few, Libsyn, and SoundCloud.com. If you like what you hear, please be sure to tell a friend. If not, tell someone you hate. Ruin their lives. You can support the show as well as ours to come on by hitting subscribe, leaving a rating, and writing something nice in the comment section. It only takes a minute, and it really helps us out in the rankings. Like us on Facebook, follow us on Instagram under Beer with Bear Pod, and Twitter at Beer with Bear. There you'll find pictures, updates for upcoming episodes, as well as the best way to contact us. Say you're an artist, or maybe just a listener who has a question for us. Don't be shy. We'd love to hear from you. Theme music by Chris Helking, graphic design by Jin Kim, mixing and post-production by Ryan Miles. Thank you very much and enjoy. I am here with the Deranged, and we made it happen. Took a lot of planning, schedules, but we're here.
What's good?
Hell yeah, man. Fucking glad to be here.
Go ahead and introduce yourself and what you play in the band.
What's good? My name's Maximiliano, or fucking Max. I play bass and do a little bit of singing.
I'm Jake, scream and play guitar.
I'm Clarinda, I play drums.
Awesome. Welcome to all of you. So, hold on, I forgot to do myself. So going back to what we were talking about earlier, yeah, I was never really into the idea of eating food at a strip club. Usually I'm just, it's liquor and shame when I'm there. So
Right.
You're supposed to go to be depressed and that's about it. And stuff your face.
Titties and
strip
steak,
clubs
that's a
have you
good
been
combo.
to?
I've been to one.
One?
I've been to one. It was before I was 21. I actually went with our good friend. I don't think I'll get him in trouble. Mitch the bitch. And you know what, dude?
Not too people named out there. We'll be good.
He fell asleep inside the strip club, like straight up. Like we got there, he's like, "All right, I'm gonna wait for you outside," and we're like, "Dude,
It was a rough show.
I guess so, man." But yeah, he fell asleep and woke up to some strippers on his lap, and I think they gave him a
Really?
free dance out of it.
Because I know when I'm there, they freaking, for those bouncers are on you for anything. You don't tip enough or you do something wrong. They're hound you, man.
Yeah, they'll kick
Yeah.
you out. I got kicked out of the front for not. I ran out of money, and they're like, "All right, we'll go to the back now."
Oh, yeah.
Go ahead and wait outside. You know what? It was in Vegas, and we did one of those stupid things where we're walking around the strip, and you know how they have all those fucking people. They're like, "Come on, come with us, come with us."
Oh,
We're
yeah,
here.
yeah. And they hand you those little cards.
So we pulled up in one of those cheap, dirty limos, and that's probably why they didn't kick us out.
Hold on, wait. You went into a random limo in Vegas?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, they picked us up like right there off the strip.
Oh, that doesn't sound suspicious at all.
Big
No,
baller.
not at all. I don't think I was even 21 yet.
Oh, wow. Was she with you? She probably would
Clarinda?
talk some sense out of you guys, right? I'm not going in that stranger's car. Did they give you candy?
No, they just showed us pictures of titties, and we're like, all right, let's go.
That's all I need.
Yeah,
That's good enough candy, man.
Where are we going?
This is in Vegas. So So it's October, right? Holidays, Halloween season. I want to start the episode off, kind of just get to know you guys, and let's hear from each one of you the worst Halloween costume you ever had growing up. Maybe something you were embarrassed with, or maybe something that was just very cheap. Let me hear your trauma. You can talk to me.
I had a cousin who gave me a lifeguard kind of deal, and it had like big giant titties that were falling out, and it had a bush that was coming out of like the crotch, and it was tight as fuck, and I thought it was the sickest thing ever, so I went and tried it, and all my friends pretty much were talking me out of that shit. And yeah.
So that was a good or a bad one? That sounds like
I thought it was all right, but
Yeah.
as far as everybody else was concerned, not as creative and good taste, but yeah,
And
lifeguard.
Clarinda, what was your Clarinda? I told you I'm gonna mess it up. Give me three chances. Like I promise I'll get it. Clarinda. I'm gonna write it down.
I didn't really. I stopped dressing up when I was like 10. I don't
Oh,
really
okay.
remember.
So anything at a young age?
I don't remember. I was like a dog 2 years in a row.
Oh, okay.
Shit, dude. Halloween costumes. I feel like I'm always really excited for Halloween that I never go get cool shit. Fucking. You know what? The laziest Halloween costume I ever had was just dressing up like as a nerd. In reality, I was just wearing all the same clothes. I just had glasses with tape on the middle. And it was easy. It was an easy cop out.
It's like that, or when someone's a homeless person every year, just like, you lazy fuck.
Yeah, it's like, bro, you wore that yesterday. Come on.
I always had a good experience with Halloween. I had like an uncle who would because it's art, so he'd always really make stuff gory, and I was always into I went Michael Myers or Jason. I remember one of the ones, I can't really say it was bad, but it was frustrating, was I was a little kid, I was a pirate, and the boots they gave me, I don't know who dressed me for this, but they're very slippery, and I kept freaking falling. And then the thing too, I don't know who drew the mustache on me. They used like a marker, and shit wouldn't come off. It was just there, a little curly mustache.
They just Sharpie it on you.
Yeah. That's because usually I always had a good experience. I stopped dressing at a youngish age, maybe middle school.
Eye patch, peg leg.
I always tell myself every year I'm going to dress up. I never do, but I maybe this year I will. Maybe I'll make it happen.
You gotta do it.
If not, maybe I'll be a dog, like Clarinda would be dogs together.
There you go. Hey, you got.
Did I get it right?
I think you got it right. There you go.
Thank you so much. The
She
pressure was
looked
on
at
me.
your eyes and she's
The
like,
pressure was
you got
on
one
me.
left.
Oh my god, dude. Man.
Yeah, but that's about
Like-
for Halloween costumes.
What about you, Frank?
I can't remember my experience, but I saw a guy in elementary, and his mom dressed him up as Zapata, and it was all cardboard, but it was really good. But it's all cardboard.
That's pretty hardcore. Yeah, that's tough. I mean, it's creative.
Very, very creative. His mom got down.
I still think one of the worst Halloween costumes I ever saw, and I remember it scarred me because I was pretty young. I was still in elementary school. I was at like a family party or a family friend party or something, and it was like Bad Grandpa, fucking like Johnny Knoxville. He was dressed up. This is way back then, before Bad Grandpa was out. But he had some like regular knee shorts on, but he was dressed up as an old man. So
Did he have the
these
balls?
big, saggy fucking nuts hanging out. And I'm probably like 8 or 9 years old. So I'm like, all right.
Yeah.
I don't know what the fuck's going on.
Future looks bright.
I know.
Jesus.
Can't wait for that.
No.
Yeah. At least they were fake. Well, hopefully they were fake.
I hope so.
Yeah, he's gonna have some serious toilet squats, man.
Oh, man.
Well, we'll get there one day, boys.
Yeah, definitely.
I hope not.
You know what? I'm a little older than you guys. I'm in my 30s, actually late 30s now. Recently, not quite there yet. Luckily, I do check. It's okay. We're
It'll
good.
check for you.
Yeah,
Usually
yeah.
you'll just feel it sitting down, and then you're like, "Shit, I'm old now."
It's just gonna happen one day. Oh man, I'm not
You
looking
just feel the
forward to it.
jangle, the jingle.
Yeah,
Oh,
for
no.
guys, their balls drop twice.
Yeah.
Twice.
Oh,
Yeah.
because your voice. Your
Yeah.
balls, yeah. I get it.
And
You
they
made it
drop
funny.
like another foot after like your 60s or so.
Yeah. Clarinda was actually telling us about how her balls are in the toilet. So,
Yeah.
yeah,
Really?
we learned firsthand.
Right on. Right on.
So, from what I know, you and Frank, you guys know each other. You guys recently played with the Guana Bats.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, at the Paramount. Yeah, it was pretty cool.
Yeah, it was a really cool show.
Like a really nice really nice venue. That was the best sound that I thought I
That was
had.
the second time playing there. The first time, it was like a hidden gem. I've never heard of it. I've been in LA for like 20 years. Never heard of it. And it reminded me of the Troubadour.
It was really handled. Like, there's no bullshit, anything going on like that. Everybody that was at the show was super cool. I had a fun time. God damn it, you guys kicked ass. Quantipads kicked ass. I felt like there was a pretty solid lineup going on. So, yeah, that show really put a fucking nail one for me.
Wait, so who's in Guana now? I know it's
It's Eric on guitar.
Eric from Henchman and
Victor.
Okay.
And Jared on drums.
Which one's Jared again?
With the colorful hair?
Oh, okay. I had to. What other band is he in?
I don't know.
Okay, so that's probably why. I know, obviously, know Victor and Eric are friends of the show and just known them forever. So I knew, they have it's a good, solid lineup. That's good to hear. I was kind of curious about that. I haven't seen Guana in quite a while. I've been going to shows late. Well, a lot of people weren't for about, close to 2 years. So how'd you guys handle that? Because I know you guys are very busy now. I've been following your social media. You guys are playing pretty often.
Yeah. This guy actually, I think Cortez gave us a shout out for that show. So, you mean how do we get on there, or how do we? What was your question?
Oh, my question is you guys have been pretty active lately. When did that start post pandemic? Because I know obviously everyone took a break, but were you this busy prior to this?
When did you guys start?
So the band actually started just about 3 years ago. We played our first show right after Tijuana Maniac with Dementor Go and Klingons, but we played back in LA at Catch One, and Jake and I had only been jamming together for maybe 4 months tops. And yeah, so I mean that's where we got our start. We met Clarinda, I feel like just about 2 years ago. She was jamming with our buddy Richie at the time, and that band split up. We said goodbye to our old drummer, and it just fucking everything worked out perfectly. That's about that. So that was in March 2021, I think. So it's been
When
about
you joined 2021 March.
yeah. So it's been about a year and a half. I would argue that we were pretty active before that too, but I think we got even more active once we kind of started playing a little bit more backyard shows in the LA scene, LA and Inland Empire.
Yeah.
It kind of got us into a different crowd where it's like, all right, we're out of the natural. I don't know if natural is the right word, but just kind of like the same psychobilly crowd. It's the same crowd that's been around for a little while, and we're playing backyards with some young kids and teenagers and all that shit. So we're getting a different audience, and I think that really helped us because now we have. I mean, it's all essentially still part of one big fucking the Los Angeles rock and roll scene, right?
Yeah.
But there's different fucking sub scenes and all that bullshit that we're, I think, starting to get into. So that's kind of been what's contributing to us being so busy lately.
And since you guys are a lot faster, you kind of have that 2000 psychobilly sound, kind of like when we were started. You could probably
like
play
the
with
early 2000s. There was a whole lot of bands that sounded kind of like us, very hard distortion, sparky type of vocals. Yeah,
a lot of growls and a lot of distorted guitar and double drums. Like a band I was in at the time was doing the same thing. And like I said, so you guys could probably play with a lot of punk and metal bands too, which would probably help you out too as well, if not just psychobilly. So
definitely. No, man, I can only tell you how many people like come up to us afterwards and be like, "Whoa, like cool cello, dude. I haven't." Like, what do you call your music? Dude, that's the worst.
My favorite thing.
Like, sorry. No, I was just gonna say, like, you want to try to be nice afterwards, but it's like, fucker, it's not a fucking cello.
Like in the 3 years in the psychobilly scene and just being around playing his shows, it feels like every other genre calls us punk besides the punkers. Like if it really comes down to it, just being versatile, where we could be all like, oh yeah, we're this, we're that, and it's like, oh, you guys have metal and punk and psycho all in you, and it's like at the end of the day we're just a fucking band, so it's really hard to be put in any kind of genre.
2 punk for psychobilly, 2 psychobilly for punk.
Wouldn't even, yeah, exactly. It's a beautiful little cycle we got going.
So that's how you two started. At the time, the band was still called Deranged. You weren't called anything else.
Yes, it was
It's
still
always
the
been
Deranged.
Yeah.
Okay.
The only real change, I guess, has just been changing our Instagram handle.
And then when Clarinda came into the band, was there a difference in her style compared to the previous drummer?
Yes.
Actually, that's a question for you. Or actually, both of you. We'll give it a mic because I'm going to ask her a question right after.
Uh-huh.
and then you guys could share. So go ahead.
So yes and no. Still have the same songs. We've added a couple to our arsenal since then. But when the band started, Jake and I, our fucking vision was like, all right, we're gonna play fast. We know the sound that we want. We want to be heavy. We want to be fast. And our first two drummers, while they were trying to keep up, they couldn't really keep up. And we met Clarinda, dude. She's a machine. And now we find the tables turned where we're trying to get our old drummers to keep up. Now we're trying to keep up with Clarinda. So it definitely changed the dynamic. Whereas like everyone in the band has to be in 100%, right? Everyone has to try their hardest if you really want to be the fucking best you could be. And that was the missing piece that we really had.
Nice.
So since she joined, it's been able to elevate the entire experience with the band altogether.
And do you listen to Psychobilly? No.
Into the mic, please.
No.
Okay, and
I listen to a little.
When you guys put it on in the car. I grew up on punk. I listen to punk mostly.
What kind of punk?
Old school punk.
Old school punk,
Mostly
Black
local
Flag.
stuff. Yeah, Black Flag, Adolescents, Agent Orange, The Pistols, The Clash.
Okay, right on. Yeah, you play pretty aggressive. Yeah. There's not that many girl drummers. There's not that many girl musicians, actually. Props.
in psychobilly or just in general?
In general, well, especially in psychobilly, you're probably
Yeah,
like
I'm
the
trying
only
to
girl
think.
drummer. There used to be one other one, but she kind of disappeared. Yeah.
Yeah, I've been kind of out of scene lately. I'm trying to think of anyone that comes to mind at the moment.
Quattro.
Yeah, I was-
They have a badass drummer.
I was gonna say, there's
Who else?
Uvia, but that's all I could think of.
Mexico, yeah.
Yeah, sorry if anyone's listening and you're a girl and you're a drummer or you're a musician. We're sorry. Hit us up. We want to know. We want to hear from you. They're probably like, what the fuck? No, me.
I've been in this scene for so long.
Yeah, I know.
Why?
I know you personally.
I just saw you last week.
Oh my god, yeah. All right,
That might happen.
All right, so we're talking about 2 gigs you guys are doing. Doing the backyards. You're doing a lot of local gigs too. A lot of stuff coming up.
Mm-hmm.
I know you've been doing some traveling too. Let's talk about that. I know Mexico, Colombia.
Yeah.
How'd that happen?
Mexico, I think I was in the right place at the right time. That came from Luis Likensden. We were in the same place. I think, I honestly, I don't know. He asked me, it was just as straightforward as that. Do you guys want to play? I need an answer tonight. And hit both of these guys up. We got the answer. We're like, all right, let's make it happen. And you know what? I think we secured Colombia first because Jason from Salidos de la Crypta,
Yeah.
he was down, him and his wife were down here just in LA visiting, and he was hanging out with Richie, and he came out to go watch us busking. We're playing on the street over in downtown Covina, and we met him there. We became good friends, and I'm assuming he heard us before because that's when he invited us over to Colombia. And that's just how that happened. Then we exchanged information, we talked about it. Next thing you know, we're over there.
Nice.
And it was a hell of an experience too.
The Mexico one or the Colombia? Or both?
They both were.
Oh, they both.
Yeah, it was both fucking. It was pretty amazing, all in all.
How was the Colombian scene out there? Were you playing with other psychobilly bands, or was it just a mixed bag of styles?
Their scene's really tight musically. It's a challenge to go up and play with them. They're pretty tight on their instruments. It seems like they play every day. Even from going with I think 5 bands that night, Los Secos Trópicos, Salidas de la Cripta,
Phantasmatic.
The
Los Gos Espanatos.
God,
Espanatos?
all of those bands were
Españols?
so fucking tight. I've never really seen just 5 bands just go up and crack with their best shit. And I'm like coming out of that scene thinking, Jesus, like I didn't think psychobilly was really that big anywhere else. I always thought LA kind of had a good enough scene, or not good enough scene, but it was pretty big out here and populated. But Jesus Christ, they really do. They take care of their scene pretty well down there.
Just wait until you go to the psychobilly meeting, man.
That's what I'm saying.
Dude,
Yeah.
That
Yeah.
spot is like 3,000,
Fucking
4,000
A.
people.
Are you guys booked for that one? Or are you guys going to attend?
That'd be cool. Oh, 10.
It
Yeah.
would be cool. Yeah.
Either way
fucking,
works.
Yeah, we'd be down. If you guys are listening, hit up the Deranged for.
Hey,
Just like
Frank,
that.
can you put a good word in for them? You've done it a couple of times.
I only done it once.
Oh.
Yeah.
But you go.
Cool experience.
Oh, dude, it was the best, craziest show I've ever been to. super, super hot.
Yeah.
Like
yeah.
whatever you think it's hot, like
Was it in? It's in June, right?
it's in July.
Yeah, July, okay.
Very beginning of July. Whatever you think is hot, like there is like 10 times.
Oh, for
like it's
sure.
so ridiculous.
Nice.
Yeah.
I always
And you got to
complain
play in
about
that heat.
Fucking
I
A.
always hear about it's like what 5 days.
7.
I can't,
7.
dude. I'm fucking burned out from psychobilly when there was like a weekend or even 2 nights. Sucking 7 days, no way.
It would start at 7 or 6, and then the last band would finish playing like around 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning, and then until 6 a.m. there's a DJ. Just has people playing. you
Is
know?
it, how big of a scene does Spain have? I didn't even know that was.
Well,
I'm
it's
totally ignorant to the scenes in just all
It's not
over
just
the world.
Spain. It's kind of like, well, the festival has been going around since like the 90s. So everyone from like Europe goes there.
Okay,
England, USA, Japan, Australia.
gotcha.
Yeah,
It's just the main hub.
It's the
for-
Mecca. Yeah.
yeah, it really is.
much older crowd too. When you go out there
Very
compared to
old.
here, that's the first thing.
Oh,
That's
right on.
one thing I always hear. It's a much older crowd, and
I went to Clubfoot.
yeah. And then one thing about too, you mentioned Colombia, Mexico. I always heard that Mexico has they go all night too, and they pit really hard. Like you can actually hear the thumping, like while you're playing.
Oh, I saw your video and it looked like it got crazy. That
Hey,
dude that hit the
God,
speaker,
dude,
that was
nuts.
really
I
good.
feel
That
like
happened
that guy-
twice, I think,
Yeah.
during that fucking same song.
That guy
dude.
broke his ribs.
Yeah, he did.
For sure,
He
dude.
totally did.
For sure. There's
Not
another
doubt.
fucking
It
video.
scared the shit out of me because it happened right in front of me. I thought someone died just right there, and then he gets right back up, goes right into the pit, does his fucking shit again.
And then 30 seconds passes, and same thing happens to someone else, except they actually smack their face on the monitor.
Ooh.
And we're just like, holy shit.
And this is in
fucking
Mexico?
awesome. This is Mexico
They got
City.
flying psychos out there, man.
Hold on. Before we go on with the stories, I just realized we've been going on for a minute and we haven't played a track from you guys. You guys want to hear a track?
Yeah.
get it
What do you want to
do it.
hear?
Yeah, how about we got this one out on Spotify and Apple Music. This is Weird Deranged.
All right, let's do it.
Give you eternal scars while I just play guitar. I see it in your face. I'm picking up the pace. I got a hold of you. It's hard to see what's true. No one can tell your pain. No one can hear you scream. I got you in my blood. We're not the devil. We're deranged. I got the battle say, oh you know you are playing. And then you start to tell, this place is worse than hell. A long and scary dream, where all you do is scream. I got some news for you, I'm using all my tools. Sick and twisted mind, we're not the devil, we're deranged.
All right, so we're deranged. Tell me about that song, the recording process. What's it about?
Weird Deranged. I think that was probably the first riff song that Jake and I came up with together. By the time we started jamming, I had this riff in mind. Fucking showed it to Jake. He loved it. He wrote up some gnarly fucking lyrics, and yeah, that was just the first thing. We're deranged. That's the deranged. That was us.
I think that was the first song really introducing speed into our band, like really trying to focus on how fast that song was going to get.
Yeah, we wanted to be fast. We wanted to be musical. We wanted it to fucking to kind of I don't know, just go
Blow
crazy.
doors open,
That's about it.
set stages afire.
And this is, when did you guys record it? Was this recent?
Fuck, I think you know what? It's been a while since we actually recorded it. It was I think of May last year, 2021.
And it was this lineup? Because I know you mentioned
Yes,
it.
yeah,
Okay.
this lineup. We recorded it at Whittier College with Cesar Mejia and Lisa Flores. I think it's Bomb Shelter Studios. And yeah, we recorded actually a whole album that day. We got all the music down. We did vocals a couple months later. And it's been over a year now that we're still trying to get everything all fucking set up and put together. But yeah, that's about that.
Can't
We're
rush
doing all the
art.
mixing and producing in East LA.
How many tracks are on this demo? I haven't checked it. You gave it to me. I looked at it. I'm like, oh, cool. But it was dark outside.
That demo has 4 songs. That's actually it was a limited Latin America release we did from Mexico and Colombia. So not here in the U.S. So
okay, I'm a
there
lucky
you go.
man. All right, you have to sign it. Add value to it, right?
Oh, yeah.
we gotcha.
$30,000 more, baby.
Awesome.
The funny thing is that demo actually looks like a bootleg because if you take a look at it, there's a bunch of misprints all over it.
Really?
Yeah.
Why?
It's just how it happened. It's punk rock psychobilly.
Yeah.
Awesome. So, what do you guys have coming up show wise? I know you have a Halloween thing coming up.
Shit, we got the Chino skate park.
Yeah, we got
God, I
yeah,
gotta pull up these
the Paris Depot Halloween Fair.
Oh, that's
Talking
28, right?
That's the 28th.
Yeah, in Paris, California.
Yeah, that's cool. Moy from the Syndicates is putting that one together. And then we're playing, it's called Loop Fest. It's another local backyardish kind of show at the Chino Hill Skate Park with a dude named Seb Mode. I don't remember how he found us. He was at some random show in Upland. And the first time we ever played with him, it was a trip. So we pull up to the backyard or to the skate park where it's supposed to be. And he's like, all right, there's a dirt trail. Walk through the dirt trail and come find where everything is set up. And it was literally, dude, like we're fucking like
In the fucking woods.
there's like no directions or anything. You're just walking like just like mud and fucking sewage and all that shit. And then you just hear the music and you fucking turn left and you go through these bushes. You have to crawl through and get low. And it's just a big fucking open dirt area. And he has vendors and fucking.
Did you get all nervous, kind of like when
Where
you got in
was
that
that
limo in
again?
Vegas?
She's
Like, wait a
Chino Hill
minute.
Skate Park. It's like you could hear it. You could hear it like off the 71. It's not too far from it's like Field of Dreams or some shit right there. But
I've done the skate parks before. I played skate parks, but I never actually played while, like, you know how you see people play it like inside where the pool's at, or or like right there where people are skating. I was in the side of it, so it was going on. I was missing the action. I always wanted that shot or video of playing next to us, while people were skating. I never caught it, but did you guys get that at least? And you get footage?
well, no, because we weren't playing. It wasn't at the actual skate park that we were at. Like it was behind all these trees and sewage and fucking dirt and woods and.
They just threw you in the freaking
Yeah.
threw you in the sewage.
Dude, it was a trip. I had never been to a fucking show like that before, or even played something like that. So it was pretty cool. It was different.
How did they power it with like generators?
Yeah, they had a generator. Dude, there was like rappers there earlier.
Mixed genre.
Mixed genre, yeah,
Oh, for sure.
Really.
Yeah.
A lot of the backyard shows we play are mixed genre because a lot of them don't even know what psychobilly is. You got to keep in mind like there's not too many outlets for young people to really get into psychobilly. I mean, yeah, they could look up the music, but there's also so much music and just media in general that exists now. It's not like before that's fucking just over fucking polluted with everything. So it's the only way I really know right now, or I guess we know, to get into fucking the younger crowd's mind and be like, hey, come check this shit out. Come check out these other bands. Come check out fucking all of this. It's just a mixed genre kind of shows.
It's really interesting you telling me that how like a lot of younger kids don't know what psychobilly is now, because I went through that like over 20 years ago when I first got in the scene, and it was pretty strong for a while. I figured it was just part of a subculture now that
It bounces because I remember I forget, but the San Fernando Valley, there was a lot of psychobillies,
and it was a very young crowd.
Yeah, a very young crowd, and then all of a sudden it jumped to L.A. And I think before that it was in San Gabriel Valley. So I think it just bounces around. Where did you guys grow up?
So it's funny you said San Gabriel Valley because that's where I grew up and went to high school and shit too. And dude, I was in high school, middle school. I had one. They were siblings. There was a brother and sister. Only people that I knew who also liked psychobilly or had even heard of it beforehand. It was those two, and I had a fucking 8th grade English teacher. She knew what psychobilly was.
Really?
It was really random. We weren't allowed to wear.
Fuck, Frank, she's probably our age.
Maybe.
I'm like, fuck.
I found out because we weren't allowed to wear band shirts at school, so I was wearing a Necromantics shirt. And
she spotted it.
Yeah, she's like, huh.
'Cause that's kind of when it really blew up in the 2000s, at least when we were into it, was like when the Hellcat Necromantics thing came out. Like that's when it kind of became, because for a while punk was everything, then psychobilly just hit hard, and then
Right.
then skacore came around. It kind of went up and down, but then like I said, it comes in waves. And just hearing now you telling me that younger kids don't know about it, it's kind of interesting because I'm so used to, I guess I guess I was living in a bubble as far as the scene we're in now. You mentioned like it's kind of same bands, the same shows, you know.
It's funny. I think Sun Valley Skate Park. No,
Yeah, there's
isn't
one
that
down the
right up
street.
here? So we were playing over there, played with some ska bands, and I think there was a couple people that I talked to where psychobilly they just heard that for the first time. I'm thinking.
That's insane for me to hear this. Like, wow.
As far as skate parks are concerned, most of them they skate to psychobilly or even punk, but it's not so much common with the psychobilly. But I mean, it's becoming more common that people are like, "What is this kind of music? Like what?" Like he's going back on his cello, and
Oh, yeah,
you know what I mean. Like people really are.
What's that clicking noise?
Yeah,
Oh,
they
you hear
think
that
like I
clicking
thought that
noise?
was the drum. That was
Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah, yeah. Oh my god, this is like fucking. This is insane to hear. I guess this literally reminds me when I was like a teenager, like first getting into psychobilly. Psycho what? Billy.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
it sounds like country music, but
Bear
fast.
was a bass
Yeehaw.
player.
Yeah.
Or he is a bass.
Yeah,
Right
so
on,
people thought I remember, I didn't even know. I thought the t-t-t was the side of the snare, but it was the clicking of the bass.
Oh, it was
It
on
got
top
me
of
fucking
that too,
hooked.
yeah.
It got me hooked. Wow, it's just that sound. Yeah, the Sun Valley Skate Park, and then there's the I guess they have shows too over at that Malibu hotel down the street. What the fuck is it called? It's like
I don't
this-
know. I'm from LA, dude.
No, it's like down the street. It's like I always film fucking movies there. It's like a 50s diner, and there's like a fucking pool
Oh,
in
the
back.
Pink Motel.
Pink Motel. There we go.
Yes,
Yeah, that's what I meant. The Pink
yes.
Motel is like
You
down from
do
here. too.
know.
Yeah, yeah. So that's wow. Are you guys friendly with the Squidbillies?
Never talked
I've
to
never
them.
even met them.
Okay,
No,
I know.
I know their music, and that's about it.
Yeah,
Probably cool.
because they're kind of in the skate culture too.
Oh, right
especially,
on.
Yeah, Vlad. He's.